everybody and welcome to In My Mug, episode 341 on the 25th of May 2015. I am your host Stephen Layton. Welcome to In My Mug and welcome to the news. Okay, so news. I'm not in my normal location, as you may notice. I'm in Prague doing the Barista Guild of Europe Tamper Tantrum event, as you can see from behind. It's been all very exciting. We've had 6 speakers up, all talking about very different things, from professors through to baristas, through to roasters. Been lots of fun. They're all going to be going on tampertantrum.com very shortly. And yeah, I guess that is all. Have I got any other news? Oh, loads of new coffees. Loads of new I brought the bong with me, I may as well use it. Loads of new coffees going on the site. We've got Nicaraguas, we've got Costa Ricans. El Salvador is afloat and going to be here really soon. We've also got Guatemala's setting sail next week. Brazilian Cup of Excellence has arrived. That's going to be going live on the site soon. And in about 2-3 weeks, it's going to be the most amazing, and I mean amazing, In My Mug ever. Like, if you are not subscribed, you're going to be so sick that you didn't sign up. So sign up now just to make sure, because it might be next week, might be the week after, but soon, very soon. So that was the news. So this week, no focus on, can't be bothered with all of that. Too much effort. I'm going to go straight into the farm. And this week's coffee comes from Costa Rica, and it comes from one of my all-time favourite farms. And I've been saying that a lot recently, but when the new coffees arrive, I pick out the coffees that I love the most to give to you. And this one is Finca de Licho. I first bought this back in 2007. It's grown by the Aguilera brothers, nothing to do with Christina. And they are in the Western Valley, Central Valley region, near to the town of Naranjo. When I bought it back in 2007, it was originally in the Cup of Excellence, and out of all of the coffees in that Cup of Excellence, I just fell in love with this one. It was delicious, it was amazing. So, bought it, found out a few months later what they'd spent the money on. So when you win Cup of Excellence, you get a super stupid price. And they decided to spend the money on building a football pitch for their workers. From that moment forward, I fell in love with them. Every year I go to Costa Rica, I go and spend time on the farm with the brothers. I think there's 7 brothers in total, and 2 sisters, I want to say. Next door virtually to Arbar, next door to Vista El Val, next door to Herbazu. This region just grows amazing, amazing coffees. It's a Villasarchi varietal. Villasarchi is a mutation of Bourbon. It's kind of like we see with, I'm trying to think what the others are, like Mundanovu, things like that. It's a high yielding Bourbon varietal that is super tasty. The process is yellow honey. Honey, as we know, they remove the fruit, the cherry from the seed, and leave the mucilage on, and then leave it to dry. Taking some of the mucilage away, but not all of it, and that's a yellow honey. Tends to make the cup profile be a little bit sweeter and a little bit stickier, which we're going to find out in here in a moment. But before I drink said coffee here, we should go to this week's, what I remember, pretty fantastic map bit.
Look, there's me. Oh, bye. You off then? Up and away. So we're going up into the sky, and there's good old Blighty, and we're going our familiar route across the Atlantic and to Central America. I'm so pleased the Centrals are back. This makes me incredibly happy. And we're going to go to one of my favourite farms. As I said in my mug, probably my top 5, one of my top 5 coffees of ever. So, and definitely my favourite coffee from Costa Rica. So we're going to zoom down into Costa Rica and we're going to look at the facts. It's known as the hummingbird capital with over 52 different species. That's dafter than Roland's dafter. So, yeah, let's go down to the farm level. And obviously Angelina is one of the family farms, and we can see Angelina there and we can see Licho there, both owned by the family, and they're very, very close to each other. There's literally a road in between them to border. And if Google Earth was any good, we'd be able to see the road, but Google Earth decided to go a little bit vague here. You can see that there's not a lot of detail. So what we're going to do is zoom down to ground level, and you can look at the topography. So there you can see all of the topography. And we can see that the highest point there, but interesting, the lowest point, so below sea level, in the caves of Barahunda National Park. So I'm going to check that out next time. Let's have a whiz round here so you can see the two farms. At either side, there's a road in the middle that you can't see. But really, that's around about 1,500 metres you're looking at there, which is fairly standard for the coffee grown regions of Costa Rica. See like 11 to like 17, 18. I think I've seen as high as 2,000, but that's in Tarazu. But there we go, that was the map bit.
So good map bit. I'm sure I kind of have this vague memory that the map bit is really good this week. But what is going to be even better is Dale's staff fact, because Glue isn't here because he's back in Stafford, so I have to rely on what I've got around me.
Costa Rican men call their loved ones media naranja, which means the middle part of my orange or the other half of my orange. It's a thing.
Thanks for that. We should get into the delicious coffee. So all I have is bulk brew. I don't have espresso and cappuccino. It is a great espresso. In the espresso, what you notice more than anything is the mouthfeel, and this comes from the processing. Yellow honeys tend to just give thick and gloopy mouthfeels. So it's also a delicious brewed coffee though, so let's go in. So again, creamy, smooth, big mouthfeel, but the one thing I notice more than anything is an acidity, and it's a bright acidity. It's like biting into a fresh raspberry, you get that really sharp, juicy, kind of fill in the mouth flavour. But then it just goes into kind of like a milk chocolate caramel smoothness in the aftertaste. It's a deliciously smooth, balanced, round coffee with a punch of acidity, but it's not making your eyes cry or making you weep. As a cappuccino, I don't like this coffee so much as a cappuccino, I must admit. I think you lose the acidity and all you get is that thick, gloopy sweetness. But as a brewed coffee and as an espresso, it's pretty damn amazing. Right, sorry it's a short one this week, but you know what I'm like when I'm moving about and yeah, I'm not very well planned, and I also get very nervous because there's people watching me and kind of standing around. So I'm going to shut up, I'm going to drink up, and do remember, life is definitely too short for bad coffee.